What's up, y'all? It's gonna be a real quick one. Two former CEOs stepped down today from their posts. One for sexual assault. Well, not one steps down from his post today. Other one Ben stepped down, but got charged today. Let me be very clear. Let me be very, very clear what I'm talking about. And with the latter, the guy that was charged today, is there a connection to Diddy? That's the question. Is there a question? Is there a question? Is there a connection to Diddy? Because this is a little funny to me what it is. I'm not going to talk too much. Let me get right into what I'm talking about here. Let me show y'all what we're talking about and the two guys on the thumbnail. The first is Douglas Elliman. He isn't so much the sex trafficker. This guy was a CEO of I'm sorry, his name is Howard Lorber. I'm over here being dyslexic. He was the CEO of real estate giant Douglas Elliman, retires amid mounting criticism. Howard Lorber faced calls to reduce his compensation amid allegations of sexual assault by agents and plummeting stock prices. So this is a man that was allowed to operate in degeneracy, and people knew he was a creepy ass weirdo, but it seems as if they weren't ready to fire him and let him go until the stock price fell. Interesting. Very interesting. What's up, chat? So he's stepping down. Douglas Elliman is stepping down on Tuesday. 76 years old. They probably know that he's probably been doing this now since he's been at the company. But as you see, they allowed him to stay. And it wasn't until it says 2021, the total market value has plummeted from more than $900 million to around $130 million. And trust and believe, the reason why it plummeted does not have to do with his allegations. I'm sure it has more to do with the market. The market is slowing down. Is real estate overall isn't doing good. So when money stops getting tossed around the way they like to get tossed around, they got to have a fall guy. So they're deciding to pull his card on this Eight of Hearts here. Remember, I told y'all this Eight of Hearts here, we're going to have a lot of revelation. A lot of people who you thought was one way, they're going to be something different. I told y'all last year, this is the year of revelation. This Eight of Hearts ain't no joke. So what they're doing is they're saying he's talking about facing lawsuits from two women who accused them of sexual assault. So as you see here, they've probably known about this guy for a long time. They've probably known about these allegations for a long time. But as long as money's been going good, it was all good. See, it ain't just you black folks. When the money this goes to you white folks that like perpetuating white supremacy. Yeah, y'all get to do a little bit more than the black folks. But when your time come, they'll pull your card too. So we see that, we all know about what's going on with Garth Brooks and Patricia, because we cannot forget about Garth Brooks' wife, Trisha Yearwood. She's a country singer also. And remember, they sold their mansion the day before these sexual assault allegations had come out. And the raping allegations. And make it be very clear, they both are a part of this lawsuit. It's not just Garth Brooks. The accuser is also mentioning his wife, Trisha Yearwood, in those implications. So we're going to see where that go. Let's not forget about the Nashville Warner Music co-chair and president stepping down the day after, right after Diddy went to jail. Remember, he stepped down. It's a lot of shit going on over there in country music right here. And I want to know, is there a connection? Is there a connection to Diddy? Because let's see where this house is. Okay. Chattanooga, Tennessee. It's in Tennessee. No, it doesn't say Chattanooga. No, it says no, Brentwood, Tennessee. Brentwood, Tennessee. Where is Brentwood, Tennessee? Let's find that on a map. Is it close to Nashville? Is it close to Nashville? Let's see. Yep. Right outside Nashville. And at that same time, around the same time, Ben Klein stepping down from his position at Warner Music in Nashville. Is there a connection? I don't know. But this all popped off around the time of Diddy. I don't know if there's a connection or not. I'm just reporting the news, okay? I'm just reporting the news. But y'all like talking about the hood so much. There's a whole lot of essay and bullshit going on up in that Nashville area within country music. Is country music the problem? Is there a systemic issue with country western music to where you're having these people step down because they have all of these hyper masculine songs that are full of toxic masculinity within country music? We all know about people like Waylon Jennings, the Outlaw, and all of these nefarious things that are commonly discussed in country music. Is there a connection between Diddy, country music, Garth Brooks? I'm trying to figure this out. What's up, chat room? Thank y'all for joining, chat. But I'm trying to figure out. I don't know. I'm just seeing these places are real close to each other. And that takes me to the other person on the thumbnail. Former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch, charged with trafficking over a dozen victims, says prosecutors. It says the former CEO here and two others were arrested Tuesday as part of a criminal investigation onto the alleged sex trafficking of more than a dozen victims, according to the FBI and federal prosecutors. Jeffries, his partner, Matt Smith, and the third man, they don't say, Jim Jenkinson. Jim Jenkinson sounds like a goddamn 80s porno name. Jim Jenkinson sounds like somebody that has a mullet and a handlebar mustache. Anyway, are accused of operating an international sex trafficking and prostitution business that recruited young men for parties in the U.S. and abroad, according to a 16-count indictment. It says here the former retail executive and Smith relied on their vast financial resources. Jeffries powered as the CEO of Abercrombie and numerous people, including Jacobson and a network of employees, contractors, and security professionals to run a business that was dedicated to fulfilling their sexual desires and ensuring that their international sex and trafficking prosecution. What the fuck? This shit started playing a commercial out of nowhere. That damn thing on mute. Where was I at? That's how I know they be on some bullshit. That damn thing on mute. Then in the middle of me reading this what's going on, they're gonna start playing music out of nowhere. It says that was dedicated to fulfilling their sexual desires and ensuring that their international sex trafficking and prostitution business was kept a secret, the indictment alleges. Federal prosecutors said the trio allegedly paid dozens of men to travel around the world to engage in sex acts over the last 7-year period, starting late in 2008. 2008. Is that not when they said they started the Diddy investigation? 2008. The indictment mentions 15 alleged victims identified as John Doe's. Jeffries allegedly recruited, hired, and paid a set of household staff to facilitate and supervise the sex events. Freak-offs! Prosecutors and FBI, there are more victims than asked to come forward. Freak-offs! Jacobson allegedly traveled throughout the United States and internationally to recruit and interview men of the so-called freak-offs, according to prosecutors. During tryouts for freak-offs of potential candidates, Jacobs required that the candidates first engage in sex acts with him personally. Freak-off! The indictment alleges that many of the men were coerced and led to believe that attending events will yield modeling opportunities with Abercrombie otherwise benefit their careers in an alternative alternative, and that not complying with the request for certain acts during sex events could harm their careers. Does this not sound like what they're saying about Diddy? Let me see something real quick. Let me see what year. I think they're starting in 2008. I'm gonna finish reading that. I just have to see if I can find something here. It sounds like a whole lot of freaky shit. These are the tales, the freaky tales. Let me see. Because I remember Reggie White saying that, or I remember Reggie White said something about 2008. That's when they're starting their probe. But whatever. It says that, oh no, let's go back to freak off. Here we go. The defendants are charged with sex trafficking and interstate prostitution. Mann Act. I don't think I'm going to put that Mann Act on him. Jeffries was released, but he was released on a $10 million bond following the brief initial appearance Tuesday. So he was let go. Well, I don't know. Maybe he's not threatening people. We don't know. So in other words, this dude sounds a lot like what was going on with Diddy. Freaking off. These are a bunch of freak off motherfuckers. And mind you, Diddy also has Sean John. So my question is it a stretch? Is it a stretch to connect this investigation to Diddy? I don't know. I'm not saying there is a connection. What I am saying is it looks very, very, very close. It looks very, 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 very close. I'm not saying it's the same, but it rhymes. And sexual deviants tend to protect sexual deviants. Sexual deviants tend to hang out in the same crowds. Bank robbers kicking with bank robbers. You know? Terrible moms kicking with terrible moms. Ain't shit fathers kicking with ain't shit fathers. Murderers tend to have a similar network. I don't know. And to take it a step further, they tend to be political donors. Remember Ed Buck? You know? And we see here, this man was trafficking men. So if I'm going to take it there, this is only a question. This is only a question because it's black men that comes this way all the time. Is this an LGBTQ thing that's going on? I'm not saying all. But there seems to be predators within the LGBTQ community that I'm concerned about. Because just because somebody is gay, it does not mean they should be trafficked. It does not mean they should be victimized. You know, the Democrat Party let Ed Buck go a long time. You know, the Democratic Party let Ed Buck run free for a long time. Diddy, Mr. Vote or Die. Mr. Vote or Die Diddy. Very, very, very strong connection. And the Democrat Party right now is passing a lot of specialized protections for these groups of people. Is there a deeper connection? Diddy, and you heard the Little Rod accusations. You hit the Cash App, $ Dewan B1. I gotta roll in a little bit because I got some shit to do tonight. Reggie said, Carl Thomas's sweater was from Abercrombie Fitch. Hey, that's a Diddy connection right there. Back in when summer rain. What's up, Mama Zeke? Everybody in the chat room. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is this: no group is innocent in this country, in this world. They're degenerate black people, just like they're great black people. They're degenerate white people, just like they're great white people. They're degenerates in the LGBTQ community, just like they're great people in the LGBTQ community. My concern is in this country, we've been pushing towards this, only this one community is a victim. And when people from that community victimize, it's not thrown on that community, it's thrown on other communities. Like Diddy's being thrown on the hip hop and the black community. When he does something bad. So that's just a question. Thank y'all for listening. I gotta roll. I'm out.